we are going to finish capital fear, chapter number 4, and then we would be proceeding forward to learn something additional about accusative. So far, we have understood what accusative cases are exactly and how definite and indefinite articles are being impacted. But today, we would be learning something more from accusative thing, like how pronouns get changed, and if you're left with some time, then maybe we'll see some accusative prepositions also. So let's just start. By the time Saurabh Bajanji joins, let's just start reading from the book. Hmm. So okay, so we would be doing this page, Seite Nummer 46. There are three texts given. We would be reading this text one by one, and then you guys will have to give these answers. W-Frage. So as per these texts, you have to write answers for these questions. So let's start with text number 1. Okay. So Rajveer, let's start with you. Read this first information.
Max damit du sein Chef planen
Rajveer, your
so
voice is too low.
at volume
Hanji, better.
volume called Max damit und planen so das ist Essen für die Woche. Dann geht es auf den Markt. Ihr kauft Tomaten. What is this? CHA.
What is what?
CHA is what?
Mm, where are you reading from?
Here,
Max. So Max Schmidt arbeitet seit 2 Jahren als
for
Koch in der.
four line, fourth line.
Okay, here.
Yes, yes.
Champignons.
Unjalat, Kartoffeln und Zwiebeln braucht ihr auf den Kopf noch Reisen, Fisch, Max Diamond arbeitet seit 2 Jahren als Coach in dem kleinen Restaurant ist jemand der als Headphone
Altstadt.
als Tagphone cons what is it again?
Konstanz.
Constant
Konstanz.
the gibt es den Tag ein Entwurf Fish
Hmm.
Greg Fische Fries aus den Abundance.
Okay. Now let's see what this text is all about. Okay. So Max Schmidt und sein Chef planen zusammen das Essen für die Woche. So there is this person, Max Schmidt, and his boss. So chef, that does not mean the chef who cooks, but chef means boss. So Max Schmidt and his chef, they are planning, and his boss, they are planning together, zusammen, das bedeutet together. So they are planning the meal, das Essen, meal for the week. Maybe these two people are cooked somewhere and then they are planning the meal for the week. Dann geht auf den Markt. Then geht he goes auf den Markt, at the market. Kauft Tomaten, Champignons und Salat. And he purchases. Kaufen, das bedeutet to purchase. Okay. Kaufen, das bedeutet to purchase or to. Dann kauft Tomaten, tomatoes, plural, champignons, that means mushrooms, and salad. So he buys tomatoes, mushrooms, and salad. Kartoffeln, potatoes, und Zwiebeln. Zwiebeln, say it everyone. Kartoffeln und Zwiebeln.
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 Zwiebeln, Kartoffeln.
Kartoffeln.
Zwiebeln.
Champignons.
Champignons.
Champignons. Champignons, Mushrooms, Kartoffel, Potato und Zwiebel, Onions. Braucht er auch. Braucht er, brauchen, das bedeutet to need or to require. So, brauchen conjugated with er, braucht er. Braucht er auch. So he also needs also potatoes and onions. Dann kauft er noch frischen Fish. Then he also purchases fresh fish. Max Schmidt arbeitet seit 2 Jahren als Koch in dem kleinen Restaurant Esszimmer. So there is this restaurant which names Esszimmer. So he's working there for the last 2 years, right? 2 Jahren, since 2 years als Koch. So now don't get confused with these two words. Koch bedeutet cook and then chef bedeutet boss. So don't get confused between chef and Koch. In der Altstadt, so there's this old city where there is this restaurant named Esszimmer, and Max Schmidt is working there for the last 2 years. In der Altstadt von Konstanz, da gibt es jeden Tag ein anderes Fischgericht. Da gibt es. Now going forward, you guys must be noticing that there is this particular like pair of word as gift is being used lot many times. So as gift, that means there is, like in English also we use there is so many times. There is something I have to discuss, or there is something which I missed today, or there is something which I did very nice today. So as gift, there is. Es gibt jeden Tag ein anderes Fischgericht. Gericht bedeutet dish. So there is always, like each day, there is always a different fish dish. Anything which is made out of fish. So anything like specific fish dish is always there on daily basis. Fischer frisch aus dem Bodensee. Also fresh fish from this particular sea. So Bodensee is very famous in Germany. It's a kind of a like river or sea, you can say, Bodensee. And then fresh fish come, so they take out like fresh fishes from there, and then they cook on daily basis in this Essena. Verstanden?
Yeah.
Okay. Next one. Angie, your turn. Read this one.
Ich arbeite gern in einem kleinen Team und die Kollegen sind sehr
Kollegin.
Kollegen sind sehr nett. Kochen ist auch sehr kreativ. Das macht viel Spaß. Ich probiere gerne neue Gerichte. Ha?
Neugerichte. Gut.
neue Gerichte aus. Oft haben wir viele Gäste. Das ist dann echt äh, stre stressig. Und die Arbeitszeiten sind nicht toll. Ich arbeite normalerweise von 6 bis äh,
15.
15 Uhr oder von 13 bis
Hm.
22 Uhr. Am
Voll.
Wochenende muss ich am Abend oft noch länger arbeiten. Das ist natürlich nicht so schön. Ich habe nicht viel Freizeit und wenig Zeit für meine Freunde.
Sehr gut gelesen. You read it very nicely, Anji. All the pronunciation was perfectly clear and understandable. Now, let's see what is the meaning of this particular paragraph and who it is all about, or what it is all about, sorry. So, ich arbeite gern in einem kleinen Team und die Kollegen bedeutet Colleagues, your work colleague. Kollegen, das bedeutet Colleagues. So, somebody here is working in a small team, einen kleinen Team, a small team. Klein bedeutet small, and then gross. This double S, that is sharpest S, that beta sign. Gross means big. So these in Gegenteil, opposite words, klein and gross, small and big. So I work in a small team and the colleagues are very nice. Nett bedeutet nice. Kochen ist auch sehr kreativ. The cooking, kochen, is also very creative. Das macht viel Spaß. It makes us a lot of fun. Ich probiere gern neue Gerichte aus. So I always try. Probieren, das bedeutet to try something new. So ich probiere gern neue Gerichte aus. So I always try some new dishes. Gerichte, das bedeutet dishes. Often, at times, oft haben wir viele Gäste. Gast, that means guest, aber Gäste, Plural. Das bedeutet Guests. Gast und die Gäste. Das ist dann echt stressig. That is truly very stressful. Echt as in truly or literally, like very stressful. Und die Arbeitszeiten sind nicht toll. Arbeitszeiten, that means your work timings. Zeit, time, Arbeit, work. So Arbeitszeiten, that means your work timings sind nicht toll, and the work timings are also not very nice. Nicht toll, not very nice, because they are very stressful. Ich arbeite normally. So I normally work from 6 till 3 o'clock, or maybe morning 6 o'clock till daytime 3 o'clock, oder von 13 bis 22, or from first to like 1 o'clock in the noon till 10 o'clock in the evening. So either I work from 6 to 3 shift or 1 to 10. Am Wochenende muss ich am Abend oft noch länger arbeiten. At the weekends also, I have to work in the weekends at times noch länger arbeiten. So in the weekend, I at times have to work little longer. Länger longer. Das ist natürlich nicht so schön. So that is obviously not very good. That is obviously not very nice. Ich habe nicht viel Freizeit und wenig Zeit für meine Freunde. Freizeit, free time, wenig Zeit, less time. So I do not have much free time and very less time für meine Freunde. For my friends. Verstanden? Dann lesen Sie hier.
Yeah.
Rachel.
Ja, Zuru, Zuru im Restaurant, Wes, Wesh, Shell, on Snyder, das Gemüse. Der Chef bereitet den Fisch zu. Paula, eine Kollegin, Max das Dessert. Max mag seine Arbeit. Er sagt, Kochen ist mein Beruf, aber auch mein Hobby.
Yeah. Good. Here we have some more information about this person, Max Schmidt. So what is he saying? Zurück im Restaurant. So back in the restaurant. Wäscht, schält und schneidet. Waschen, that means to wash. Schalten, that means to peel. And then schneiden, that means to chop. So wash, peel and chop. So once he's back from the shopping in the restaurant, he is washing, peeling and chopping the vegetables. Gemüse, vegetables. Der Chef bereitet den Fisch zu. So his boss is preparing the fish. Paula, eine Kollegin, Paula, one of his colleagues, is preparing the dessert. Max mag seine Arbeit. Max loves his work. He says, Kochen is mein Beruf, also cooking is my profession, but that is my hobby as well. And how wonderful it is to have your hobby as your profession. So he's saying, like cooking is something is my profession, but that is my hobby as well. So all these three paragraphs, this information is clear, or any confusion or any question?
Klar.
Okay, now what you guys have to do, we have 5 questions here, and then you have to answer these questions. You have to write the answers of these questions as per the given information here. So all these three texts are about this person, Max Schmidt, and you have to answer them. So, wo arbeitet Max Schmidt? Where does he work? Was macht auf dem Markt? What is he doing at the market? Was macht im Restaurant? What is he doing in the restaurant? Wie findet seinen Beruf? How he finds his work? As in, does he likes his work or not? What is his opinion about his work? Wann arbeitet When does he work? What is his work timing? So you have to answer these 5 questions as per the information. So take 5 minutes, write down the answers, and send it to me over WhatsApp. If you have any questions in between from the text, let me know.
Ma'am, what to say about Dubai? Dubai.
What are you asking, Rajbir?
Dubai.
Kaufen.
How?
Here, er kauft. Kaufen.
Mark Miss CST.
What are you asking?
Mark MACST. Mark.
Machen, to do. Conjugated with er. Was macht er auf dem Markt? So what is he doing or what he does at the market? Was macht er im Restaurant? What is he doing in the restaurant?
Sir.
Can you please scroll up the picture? Oh, okay. Thank you.
Guys, please keep your mute. How much more time is needed?
Can you scroll down? No? Thank you.
Okay, so Rajbi, we'll shortly discuss what you have written and sent.
Okay, ma'am.
Angie, Rachel, are you guys done? Okay, Angie has just sent something. Hmm. Okay. Let's see. Angie, you have written four answers only. I got terror by Mohan. Okay, Rachel has also sent it. Yeah, bited in the mm, Rachel, I'm not able to understand what you have written. Okay, let's see the answers.
Yeah, just
Okay, no
Sorry, I don't
worries.
know
Let's
the answer of number 4.
no problem. We'll discuss it together. Yeah. So,
Okay.
who are by Schmidt? Where does he work? So everyone has written different, almost similar, little different answers. Max arbeitet in Restaurant. Rajbir has written arbeitet im Restaurant Esszimmer. Sehr gut. Arbeitet in den kleinen Restaurant. So, okay, gut. So Max arbeitet in den kleinen Restaurant
just
Esszimmer. So
see.
whatever you guys have written, that is perfectly fine and perfectly right. Now, was macht auf dem Markt? So here we saw he went to buy some vegetables for cooking to the market. So er kauft Tomaten should be known auf dem Markt. Okay, er kauft Tomaten should be known. So Rajbir, what you have written, it has grammatical errors. So
Yeah.
what you guys could have written here. So the question is, was macht auf dem
Then
Markt? Rajbir, आप marked का spelling mistake with marked MKTU written.
Okay, maybe so.
So
So,
auf dem Markt kauft uh,
tomato.
Hmm.
Zwiebeln and whatever he was buying. So this is how you could have written, like he was buying something at the market. So either you could have placed auf dem Markt at the first place, verb in between at the second place, and then the pronoun, or you could have written kauft
Tomato.
Tomaten, Zwiebeln, and then what other things he's buying auf dem Markt.
Mark.
I
Okay.
didn't put auf dem Markt.
Anji,
Mine
what you have
also.
written is partially correct,
Yeah.
but it's always better that you write everything in the sentence.
Yeah.
Now, third question: Was macht im Restaurant? Okay, er ist kochen.
There is
Er
no
sagt,
cook in restaurant.
hmm.
In restaurant.
Rajveer, I think you haven't written the answer for number three. Was macht im Restaurant?
in last
Uh,
last
okay. Mark arbeitet. No. That is was macht in Restaurant. It means what is he doing in the restaurant.
okay.
So, Rachel or Angie, sorry, what you have written marked in restaurant. So this is grammatically incorrect.
There is
And uh,
im restaurant. Um,
Hmm. So okay.
Actually, he was doing a cook job in a small restaurant, isn't it, ma'am?
So wo arbeitet er. So that was the answer for this. Na wo arbeitet er. Where is he work? Where does he work? But here the question is was macht er im Restaurant? So
is he
what he
doing?
do or what is he doing at the restaurant? So Angie, what you have written, why it was grammatically incorrect? So the correct formation of sentence would be er äh, wäscht, schält und schneidet
Okay.
das Gemüse im Markt, im Restaurant. So what you have written here, that is, um, so machen is one. Just look at your answer. What you have written, er macht,
Okay.
machen is one verb, and then wäscht, schält, schneidet. These are also verbs. So you cannot put lot of verbs in between. One verb would come at the second place in a conjugated manner, and the rest of the verbs would always go at the end. So you cannot fit in any other verb in between in a conjugated manner. In one sentence, only one verb can be conjugated. So what you have written here, there are a lot of verbs which you have conjugated. So uh, okay. So as in whatever verb you are conjugating, you have to place it at the second sentence only. So here, correct form of sentence could have been, or you could have written it in a way: er wäscht, schneidet und schält das Gemüse im
Excellent.
restaurant. Now, what you have done, you have put marked at the second place, and then, like other conjugated verbs, you have fit in somewhere in between the sentence, which we cannot do. So, whatever verbs you are conjugating should always be at the second place.
Okay.
Now, was macht er im Restaurant dann? Wie findet er seinen Beruf? How does he find his work? Is he, does he like it or not? Er findet nicht nur Beruf, aber ein Hobby. Rachel, you have written, er findet nicht nur Beruf, aber auch ein Hobby. What does this mean?
He did. He finds his job. He finds it not like not only his job but his hobby.
So he likes the job. He does not like the work timings, the work schedule, but overall he likes the job because that is his hobby. So, Rajveer, you have written like partially correct. I mean, it is correct, but it could have been a little better written in a way. Uh, er mag
Okay.
sein Job. So he likes his job, or wie findet seinen Job? Er findet seinen Beruf sehr toll, or he finds his job very nice. And then you have written from here, na, er sagt, Kochen ist nicht mein Beruf, aber mein Hobby. That is also correct.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, wann arbeitet er? When does he work? So here you have to written his work schedule. Now, what you all have written, er arbeitet, Rajveer, you have written, er arbeitet von 6 bis 15 Uhr oder von 13 bis 22 Uhr. Das ist richtig, that is correct. Er arbeitet von 6, okay. Andrew, you have also written it correct. And very good that you have mentioned all the information given about the weekend also. Then Max arbeitet seit 2 Jahren. Rachel, you have written Max arbeitet seit 2 Jahren. Is it the answer for um like the last question? Wann arbeitet er?
No,
No. So
no.
the answer you have written, that means since when is he working? But here the question is when he
When?
works. when as in about his work timings. So we would write here, er arbeitet von 6 bis 15 Uhr here, and then von oder von 13 bis 22 Uhr. And then maybe you can also add am Wochenende muss er oft noch länger arbeiten. Just a minute. Muss er am Abend oft noch länger arbeiten? Gut, gut geschrieben, all of you.
Can
Now,
we
uh, yep,
what is the that one his I mean the Arabic German of his
Er.
his, sein,
Sein.
sein. So we
sein,
can put also sein Arbeitszeiten and then the timings.
seine
Yes.
Arbeitszeit.
Seine Arbeitszeiten. Ah, okay.
So this, okay, so this like er and then sein. So this er is a pronoun, and then this sein is
Mhm.
personal pronoun or possessive pronoun I and my. So I is pronoun and my is personal pronoun. So this is something we would be learning after few classes when we would learn further about personal pronouns. So that is also like a complete list parallel to the pronouns which we have learned so far. We proceed further. Okay, nice. So let's learn something further about accusative thing. So last time we have understood what accusative case is exactly and how the articles, definite and indefinite articles, are being impacted. But so this is what we see, how definite and indefinite articles are being impacted in accusative case. But there are there are pronouns also which are being impacted as per the accusative case. So let's quickly see this table first before we proceed further. Mm-mm. So this ich, du, er, sie, es, wir, ihr, sie, and sie. This what we have learned. They were the cases. They were the pronouns in nominative case. So pronouns in nominative, but they also changes as per accusative. Ich changes to mish. Du changes to dish. Er changes to ihn, means him. Z changes to Z remains Z. That means her. Here Z means she, but in accusative it means her. S remains S. Wir, we changes to uns. That means us. Ihr changes to euch. Z remains Z, and then again this Z remains Z. Now, why do we need this table particularly? Why cannot we use this table only? So, mm, for example, okay, let's see it here only. Like we have seen ich kaufe einen Tisch. This is something which we have learned lastly. I am buying a table. So ich, a person, and then subject, and then object is a non-living thing. But this non-living thing, in many sentences, this can be a pronoun also. It's not necessary that your object or your accusative thing would always be a noun, a non-living thing. It can be a person also, it can be a pronoun also. So maybe let's say I like you. I do not like you. So here I is the subject, you is the second subject or object you can say. So here I cannot say like ish mag do. No, I cannot say this. I cannot use this nominative table twice. Sorry. So I cannot say ish mag do. I would say ish mag dish because ish is nominative here and dish is accusative here, subject and object. So that is why we need this particular table because our accusative case can be pronoun also. It's not necessary that it will always be a noun or a non-living thing. So that is why we need this particular table. Is this clear? Now
Yes.
we have like we have this table in nominative, we have this table in accusative, we have this table in dative also, but this is something we would be learning later. So as of now, before we proceed with more examples or we see also accusative prepositions, we have accusative prepositions also. Before we do that, let's quickly note down this table in your copy and then we'll proceed. And write down these examples also. Let me know once done. Okay. Rajveer, Angie, geschrieben, gemacht.
Yeah.
Then.
Okay, gut. Hmm. So, I'm sorry. So these are just few examples which I gave you. Uh, these or this table can be used in a better way once we have more prepositions in place. So now, what are prepositions? Let's see. Mm, so, like we have cases now. Now it might sound little scary or too much for grammar, but like we have these cases: nominative, accusative, dative, and genitive cases where we have um let me write it here: nominative, accusative, dative, and then genitive. So these are four type of cases which we have in German. So here we have bestimmt articles also, then we have unbestimmt articles also, which gets impacted as per these cases. Then we have personal pronoun, then we have pronouns like we see here, which get impacted as per these cases. Then we have personal pronouns also, which get impacted as per these cases. Then we have some prepositions also. So prepositions are like for, without, under, at, over, all these small small words. These are prepositions which we have in English also. We have in German also. But in German, these prepositions are categorized in three ways: accusative prepositions, dative prepositions, and then two-way prepositions. So since we are learning accusative case, let's understand the accusative prepositions also with it. So we would not be doing much examples today, but we will just have a quick overview what all prepositions we have. What is the list? So here is a quick list. You can note it down side by side while I'm speaking it. So to learn or to quickly memorize what all prepositions falls under accusative category, you can just learn this bow fudge as a short form. Bow fudge. So this is one of the preposition that means till or until. Bis, till. I am going like from 7 o'clock till 8 o'clock. Von 6 bis 7 lerne ich Deutsch. So from 6 till 7. So bis. Durch as in through. When you're going through something. I am going through the tunnel. When you're driving somewhere and then there is tunnel in between on the road. So you're driving through the tunnel. Entlang, that means parallel to something or along with something. Für, that means for. This gift is for me. I bought something for you. So für, or maybe for 3 hours I have been sleeping. So für. Gegen. Gegen. Now gegen and these are the two important prepositions which needs more attention. So is something that means at or around. Then gegen is something against or at around. So gegen and is something which can be used as a like to tell somebody's position also, and then they are used with time also. So let's understand first how gegen and are used with time. So when there is a fixed time, like uh, the the seminar would start at 7 o'clock, so that is a fixed time, then you would be using but then there is a tentative time, let's say like I'll reach by 3 o'clock, so you will be using gegen because it's not sure that you will be reach by 3, maybe you can arrive a little early also and then a little late also. So at around, when there is no fixed timing, you would be using gegen, and then when there is fixed timing, you would be using um. Now, this is something about we use and gegen with the time. Now, let's see how they are being used uh, as a to tell somebody's look position. So gegen is like against. I am standing against the wall, or maybe I am standing against the tree. So tree is at the one side and then you are at the another side. So against in terms of position or direction. Then is like around. So it can be like, so let's say there is a tree here, or maybe there is a let's say a table here, and then you guys are sitting around it. So one person here, one person here, one person here, one person here, and one person here. So you guys are sitting around the table. So that is um. Or maybe let's say there is one tree, and then you are running around the tree, or around the campus, or around the park. So doors is against, here is the tree and here you are running. So against, or maybe parallel, like against, one thing is here and then you are here. So that is gegen, aber here, das ist Is this clear?
Well,
Okay. Now ohne. Ohne, very simple, that means without. I am not going without you, or my friends are going to the party without me. So ohne, without something or somebody. Now, before we wrap up the class, just note down this particular table, the meanings. We will review this particular table and the accusative pronoun table again tomorrow, and then we'll do the examples. So from today till tomorrow, you guys have enough time to review it again so that we can proceed further.
Okay.
And this particular sheet is already there in the share drive.
meanwhile, could I ask one question, ma'am?
Yep.
Ma'am, as you have shared in the drive book of A1, ma'am, that is A
Hmm.
1.1,
Yes, and then there is A 1.2. So there
2
are total
also.
12 chapters. So there are total 12 chapters which are divided into two books. So A 1.1 has somewhere around 5 or 6 chapters. So these
Uh,
like 1.1 and 1.2 they are divided into two sections. One
okay, ma'am.
like has 6 chapters which has like study material also and practice material also. And the same is in A 1.2 which has further chapters from 6th onwards or 7th onwards.
Actually, ma'am, I'm in the habit of reading through hard copy. Whenever I go on Amazon for
I'll
ordering
send
this,
the link. Maybe you can order the books from there then.
yes, yes, ma'am. I have
Okay,
tried a lot of time for that book, ma'am.
no problem.
Okay, sure.
Angie, Rachel, written.
Yeah, for me, I'm done.
Okay, so we are going to wrap up today's class now, and then
Okay.